Let us see here. When I create an object of rectangle class R, a object of rectangle is created. This is created. This is length and breadth, so I'll just write L and B here to save space. When I create an object, when you create an object or declare a variable of type rectangle, object is created. This is an object which is having length and breadth. Now, object is created. Call it as constructed. Constructed. Who constructed it? There is a function which has constructed it. Did we write any function there? No. Then who wrote the function? Compiler will provide a function for this one when it converts into machine code. That is not visible for you. It is there in machine code. And that constructor will create this object. So it means every class will have some constructor. Yes. So that compiler provided built-in constructor is called as default constructor. It is called as default constructor. Can I write my own constructor? Yes, we can write our own constructors. Then how I can write? I can write three different types of constructors. First one. So I will write two here. That's my user-defined constructor. First one is non-parameterized constructor. Next is parameterized constructor. Then next is copy constructor. So we can write three different type of constructors. If we don't write any, then a default constructor is provided by the compiler. There are more, we will see them. So this non-parameterized constructor is also called as default sometimes, and this default is called as built-in constructor, compiler provided constructor. So we can define three different type of constructors. Now I will explain you why these three type of constructors. Again, philosophically, I will explain you. It is related to philosophy only. So through an example, I'll explain, I will write down all these three constructors. So I'll remove this now. Let us write the first constructor. A constructor is a function which will have the same name as class name. So it should have a same name as class name. And this is not taking any parameters. There should not be any return type of a function. The constructors will not have any return type. They will have same name as class name, exactly same. Now this constructor I am writing which is not taking any argument. So here in this one I will say set length assign 0 and breadth assign 0. So this is the first constructor I have written, and this is non-parameterized constructor I have written. So when you create an object of a rectangle without anything, then non-parameterized constructor will be called. Or even if you write like this, rectangle R empty brackets, then also the same constructor will be called, which will set length to 0 and breadth to 0. These are valid values, not garbage values. So valid values are assigned to them. So this is a non-parameterized or default constructor, user-defined constructor. Now I will write one more constructor which will take the parameters. So for that, first of all, I will create an object. Suppose I want to create an object rectangle. I am using same name R, and I want to set length as 10 and breadth as 5. I want to set this. So I need one constructor here which should take length and breadth. So I will take length and breadth. So the function name is rectangle, which is taking length and breadth. Then it will set length as L and breadth as 5. Now again there is a possibility that I can give negative values also. So we already have some set length, set breadth function. They know how to set the values. So I will call those functions. I will say set length, please take this length and set it. So you know it better whether it should be negative or not. You take care. So set breadth, please take this breadth value and you set it to breadth. These functions are called. So I don't have to write the validation code here. These functions will set those length and breadth. They will check and set it. So constructor is utilizing those functions which are already there inside the class. Two constructors are over. Now the third copy constructor I have to write. Now I should explain you what is the philosophy behind this one, why you have non-parameterized, why you have parameterized, and why you have copy constructor. So I'll explain this one. Listen carefully. See, if you get something constructed, you have placed an order for manufacturing of a car for yourself, booked a car. See, sometimes we directly go to the market and buy it. So that was also manufactured already, yes. So buying from the market, you also consider it as manufacturing only. Because the things which are more frequently sold, they will not manufacture on the order, they will keep it ready-made. Just you go and buy it, whatever you want, you can buy it. Now let us take an example. Suppose you went to a shop to buy a marker. When you want to buy a marker, what are the options? First one, you go to a shop and say, give me a marker. So give me a marker. You did not said which brand name and which color. You did not mention anything. Just I want a marker. So when you said just I want a mark, give me a marker. So whatever the frequently sold marker is there in the market or in his shop, he will simply hand over that. Right? And even you meant the same thing only, right? So when you said just a marker or a pen, I want a pen. So commonly people use blue color pen. So, and the brand, the commonly running brand, you will get that pen. This one method. So you did not give what color, what brand you want, right? Non-parameterized. I want a rectangle. What length, what breadth? Understood, 0, 0. So initially it is 0, 0. Later you can change it. But initially there should be something, right? It cannot be garbage. That's it. So 0, 0 will be there. Then second method. You go to a shop and say, I want a marker, red in color and XYZ brand. So you are mentioning this and he will give you that marker only. So you have given the parameters. You have given the parameters. When you are constructing a marker, you are giving parameters. Parameterized constructor. I want a rectangle, length should be 10, breadth should be 5. That's it. Then third one. You can go to a shop and say, I want a marker like this. So he will see the marker, okay, and he will give a new marker for you. So copy of this one, copy of this one. So this is the third method of buying anything from the market. Now we can understand there are three methods of buying things from a market. First one is just go and say, I want this, he will give you. You go to a restaurant or food store, say, I want pizza. If they sell only one category of pizza or commonly people take that same type of pizza, he will hand over the pizza to you. Parameter, I want this type, that type, cheese, tomatoes, so and so, then parameterize. Third one, see he is having that pizza, I want that same pizza. Copy of that one. So you are showing a marker and ask him. So that's it, copy constructor. So you already have a rectangle, then you want to create a rectangle similar to that. Then how to write, I am writing the code there. So this is a copy constructor. Rectangle. Parameter is rectangle again. And ampersand R, usually we take this as by reference, not by value. We take it by reference so that a new rectangle is not created again. When you are calling a constructor, a new rectangle should not be created. So that's why we take it as reference. So our rectangle length, like here we were setting, right, should be same as this rectangle's length. And our breadth, means our rectangle breadth, should be same as rectangle's breadth. Okay, so whatever the parameter is, you can give any name here. I will write it as rect. So this is what a rect dot length and a rect dot breadth. So now what I will do is I will create a new rectangle R2 by passing R. I will send this rectangle as parameter. I will create another rectangle. So another rectangle object is created, which will have, see, when this was there, suppose 10 and 5. So this will also become 10 and 5. So this R will become RECT here, and with that it is assigned. So that's it. These are the three type of constructors that you can write in any class. If you don't provide your own constructor, even one, then by default compiler will provide a constructor. Otherwise a question arises how the object is constructed if there is no constructor. So we say that there is some constructor, don't worry, compiler will provide it. Okay, again this is philosophical, got it? Now means maybe there or not there, we don't know, but we are saying it's there, right? C++ says that it's there. Now one more thing, rectangle, 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 3 times same function. Overloading, yes, these are overloaded constructors. Overloaded constructors, yes, these are overloaded constructor. You can overload the constructor. So total how many types you can write? 3 types. And when it is parameterized, in this again you can have variation, taking 1 parameter, taking 2 parameter, taking 3 parameter, depending on the class. You can have many constructors. So that's all. But one more small thing I will show you here. I'm making one change in this constructor. Before that, I'll remove this, it looks a little congested. Then I will make some change in this rectangle construct. We know that to the parameters we can assign some default values. Yes, we can assign default values. I have assigned default values to these parameters of this rectangle. Now these are default arguments. Now if I don't pass any parameter, if I say rectangle R with a 10,5, this constructor will be called. If I say rectangle R just a 10, then this same constructor is called, breadth value is 0 and length value is 10. If I pass nothing, then no arguments. This is also there. This is also there. I can call this by without passing any argument because both are 0, 0. So this means this also act as no argument constructor. So I think I don't need this. I don't need this. Otherwise, it's an ambiguity, redefinition, right? Non-argument, this is also non-argument. So you can write just one parameter as constructor by using default arguments, which will act as many different constructors. So this is the purpose of constructor and usage of constructor. So you try this by yourself, and even I will write on the code and show you.